Today, we'll be discussing the Baalbek Megalith and everything that surrounds it. But before we get deep into more juicy topics, we want to give you some background information. The Baalbek Megaliths are a collection of massive stone blocks found in the ancient city of Baalbek, located in modern-day Lebanon. These megaliths are some of the largest and heaviest stones ever used in construction, and they form part of the ruins of the ancient Roman temple complex at Baalbek. The most famous megalith at Baalbek is the Stone of the Pregnant Woman, which is estimated to weigh around 1,000 tons. This enormous stone is still partially buried at the quarry site and is one of the several that were cut and prepared for use in the construction of the temples. The megaliths of Baalbek are notable not only for their immense size, but also for the precision with which they were cut and moved a bit like the pyramids. The stones were quarried from nearby mountains, and the techniques used to transport and lift them into place remain a subject of speculation and debate among scholars and archaeologists. The purpose of these massive stones in the construction of the Baalbek temples is believed to have been primarily ceremonial and symbolic, reflecting the grandeur and power of the Roman Empire. The temple complex at Baalbek was dedicated to the worship of Jupiter, and its construction spanned several centuries, beginning in the 1st century BC. The Baalbek megaliths continue to attract interest and fascination due to their sheer scale and the mystery surrounding the methods used to create and transport them in ancient times. They stand as a testament to the advanced engineering and architectural capabilities of the civilizations that once thrived in this region. However, many people think that this is all a lie, and in today's video, we want to go into some depth about the validity of the claims that the Romans built this place from the ground up. But now that you all know a little bit more about the Baalbek megalith, we'll now talk about more in-depth subjects and explore how is this even possible? How could it weigh so much, but also be transported, and we will end on why the research missions are called off. Let's get straight into it. First off, we want to talk about the Baalbek megalith and how are the blocks even possible to be cut so perfectly? Could it just be such precise precision, or was there something else behind it? Well, the way the blocks looked to the naked eye, you would think that the robot or some machine cut them. However, in Roman times, they of course did not have this technology, of course. History tells us that people back in the day cut these huge stones to a perfect shape, and whilst that is possible for sure, is it all that it seems? Well, a lot of theories have come out regarding what and how the Baalbek megalith came about, and we're going to go into just a few more advantageous theories. One of those with anything like this on the planet has to be related to aliens, and how back in the day they would have used some type of technology to make sure that the blocks were this precise size. The stones could have easily been done by aliens, just like they could have helped to build the pyramids, for example, but that is a story for another video, that is for certain. Another theory to try and understand how the Baalbek came about is that the stones were actually reminiscent of a former civilization, as the construction does not display anything that will link it to the Romans. So, it could have been hidden away for a very long time, and the Romans discovered it and claimed it to be theirs, and they're known for lying. Another, not sort of theory, but idea was that the stones had something to do with religion. This is because why would these be random stones without any reasoning? So this is why most people believe that the Baalbek has something to do with religion or spiritual reasons. There will always be so many theories, as the original and supposedly truth is the one that is not that believable when you truly think about it. Overall, it has to be said that the massive stones surrounding this city have a story behind them. Could it be the one that many believe that the Romans built them perfectly and placed them in such fine positions, even though they weigh so much? Or could there be something else behind it, like aliens who may have had an involvement with them? Do make sure that you let us know in the comments below what you believe. Now, we want to talk a little bit about the overall weight of the stones and how on earth could they be carried in a day and age where they did not have the vehicles of the modern day. To have the Baalbek megalith, which we talked about at the start of the video, which is weighing in at just 1,000 tons stuck in the quarry it was built in, is very strange. However, even though the Baalbek megalith has not been moved, the stones in the actual Baalbek did manage to get moved from the original quarry where they were built. Now, if the majority of them weighed anywhere from 800 to 1,000 tons, how on earth did they stack some of them on top of each other? No matter how many strong men or women they had back in the day, it had to have been near impossible for them to carry and then raise these rocks to stack on top of each other. With this, it does indicate that there was a third party to the building of these rocks. You look at not only the precision with which all of them were built, but also the fact that they got carried by humans apparently. That is absurd. Even today, it would not be an easy job to lift those stones that weigh so much, and we have technology and cranes that will do the job for us. Back then, all they had was just the human body and animals. They could have used some prehistoric techniques that were used back in the day, but nothing in history indicates that the rocks were done with no technology. However, many people think differently. It has to be said that the rocks are something that you should go visit because in person, it would give you a much better idea of how well they're done design-wise, but also how big and heavy they look. They're just like the pyramids where you cannot understand how they were only built by humans in a time when they had no machines to pick up and carry these stones. It is honestly astonishing and something that we cannot wrap our heads around. Overall, it is still talked about today to how those stones were carried around and moved by the Romans, but that is something we will just have to keep guessing on. Moving on to our final topic of today's video, we want to talk about why the research missions which wanted to look into the BaalBek stones. Now, one of the heavy stones that weigh 1,000 tons is still halfway submerged in the ground. And why would this be? They have all of the tools to safely dig around it and preserve the site whilst doing some historical and important research. This has raised even more speculation surrounding the stones, because why would they hide the true weight of the stones and anything else around them? They have to be hiding something, right? Geologists and archaeologists would want to know more, but the research missions were called off and did not go as deep as they should have gone, and we do not know why. One thing that you have to speculate is that the government of Lebanon are hiding something from everyone that they want to keep close to their chest. What could that be exactly? We do not know truthfully, but aliens once again have to come into the question, with every government wanting to have some connection with aliens. Especially the United States. Just look at them with Area 51 and other places. So this could be why the research has not gone as deep as it should really have had gone. Because the government of Lebanon are hiding something that they want to only know themselves, or it could be as simple as they did think they needed to do more research. We'll always have to keep guessing. The Baalbek Megalith is something quite impressive if it was done by the Romans themselves, but it is hard to understand how they did it, and being honest, we think that there should be as much attention to this place as there is with the pyramids regarding, are they what they say they are, or is there some lies being told to the world? We'll just have to wait and keep guessing, but for now, please let us know what your final verdict is and what you now think about what the stones are in Baalbek. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and make sure that you subscribe for more videos just like this one and you do not want to miss out.